And the S&P 500, after making a new all-time high on Wednesday, had a liquidation break on Friday, and it took out the 30-day moving average cloud. Looking at this performance table here, for the week, we see that all the indexes had a loss for the week. In this video, I will discuss the possible price action scenario for the ES, SPY, NQ, and the QQQ for the coming week. For more context on the market, I will refer you to my newsletter, The Pulse of the Market, at substack.com, and you will find a link for this post in the description below. All right, let's take a look at the ES here. The ES basically got two ranges here from the market. The upper range is pricing in between 6132.50 and 6129.50. The lower range is between 5931 and 5880. I have a couple low volume zone here, up here and down here. So right now the price is sitting right near the lower edge of this distribution. So what we'll be looking for in the coming week is to see would it come down and find support in this lower volume zone and come back up and try to target this upper low volume zone here and possibly get up to the upper range. Now, if it is unable to hold this low volume zone, then we'll be looking for this thing to auction down to the low range and basically targeting this low volume zone here down near the 5900 area. So those are the two scenarios, the upside and the downside. But the key thing is watch this zone here, and that would be somewhere around this 6,000 level for the ES. For the SPY, we are looking at the upper range between 611 and 610 for next week, and the lower range between 589.90 and 586 for next week. Now, the key level to watch is basically this low volume zone. And by the way, I switched it to the 4-hour chart so we could get a little bit better resolution here on some of the price level. And we're basically looking at this 602.26. So if the price could come up and if it could get back above that, then we could look forward to possibly come back up to this low volume zone up here. Basically, we trace this balance area or this value area up at 608.37, and that could put the upper range in play. Now, if it come up and get rejected, or if it doesn't even come up, so basically if it is below this low volume zone, then we'd be looking for the price to come down to this low volume zone near this 596 and see would it be able to find support and get pushed back up to the 602. If it doesn't, then we're basically looking for this thing to auction down for this low volume. This low volume here and also the lower range of the weekly expected move. So those are the scenarios to keep an eye on, and the key level is 602.26, that area, this low volume zone. So depending on the price, if it's above, then we could look to the possibility of getting back up at 608. But if it's below, then we could look at the possibility of coming down to 596 and 586. And for the NQ, the market is pricing in the upper range between 22,166.75 and 22,125.50. And the lower range is between 21,194.50 and 21,000. Now, for the coming week, the key level to watch is somewhere around this 21,600 area here, this low volume zone. So if it could stay above this low volume zone, then we could see the price try to auction back up to this low volume zone here and basically move toward the upper range near the 22,125 area. If it doesn't hold this low volume zone, then we expect the price to come down and auction down to this low volume zone near the 21,000 level, and which is also in confluence with the lower edge of the lower range of the expected move. So the key level to watch somewhere around 61,600 for the NQ in the coming week. In the QQQ, we are looking at the upper range between 539 and 537.90 and the lower range between 514.30 and 510. Now, for the coming week, this is the low volume zone we're going to be watching, and that is somewhere around 526 area. So if we could hold above this low volume zone, then we'll look for a price to come up to this low volume zone somewhere around this 535 area. And if we could break through this low volume zone, then the upper range will be in play. If it doesn't hold this low volume zone here and dip down, then we could see the price working down toward this lower range of the expected move and possibly come down to this edge here near the 510 level. So those are the scenario that we'll be looking for for the coming week. And the key level is this low volume zone around this 526 area. Be sure to smash the thumbs up to help promote this video, and subscribe to this YouTube channel and my newsletter or Substack. Thank you for watching, and good luck on your trading.